Huh. Alfarius has left another of his flowers.
Oh, this is going to be a real treat. Brace yourselves, guys.
As if anything could surprise me anymore. Hey, we're looking for Alfarius.
The old man, huh? What's the password?
Hey, this thing is talking!
Like many other non-human things?
Alfarius never said anything about a password.
Well, now there is a password. I won't tell you where to find Alfarius until I hear it.
Wait, is this the moment that you tell us we have to trek halfway across the continent to find a series of clues that just might help us figure out the password? Otherwise, we should just give up hope of ever finding Alfarius? Huh? Is that it? Because if that's the case, I want nothing to do with it. I'm out of here! I'm done! Done with these stupid errands! Got no time for this!
Your friend's gone. I just need the password, okay?
There's no password.
Is that your final word?
It is.
To be honest, I'm not sure there was a password. There probably was at some point, but I think Alfarius decided to do without, then ultimately changed his mind, and then again, and I lost track somewhere.
So now there is no password?
See, I'm not sure. Listen, why don't you just throw around some words you think would make sense to Alfarius? Maybe it'll come back to me.
Flower!
Oh,
No.
Just try any word, Darlene. Help me.
No.
Alfarius told me you were stubborn, so it makes sense. Maybe I should just tell you where he is.
Yes.
But then again,
Has it started talking yet?
No!
see, if I tell you where he is, and he knows it, I'll be in for the whooping of my life.
Listen, fellow non-human. If you tell us where we can find Celine's mentor, we will go and ask him ourselves if he is okay with you telling us where he is. Simple, logical fallacy trap.
get out of here. That'll never work.
Huh. Actually, sounds good. You'll find him waiting on the south slope of Mount Barenroth.
Boss, somebody's coming.
Oh, then by the gods, chop him up or throw him off the cliff. Can't you see I'm having a moment here?
Let him go, Vaughn.
Why, for your head on a pike, my dear, I will.
Hey!
Or I guess I could settle for something a little less ghoulish. Like, where can I find a cure for the corrosion?
Celine, don't say another word!
I'll make the choice easy for you. Either you talk, or our friend Alfarius here loses his head. Zaroff, on my signal, chop, chop, choppity chop.
Vaughn, you will regret this.
1.
Don't say anything!
Celine!
2. Okay, we're at 2 and still no answer. Oh, I must say I'm disappointed. He's your master, Celine. Like a father figure. And?
It's...
I'm the man you want. I'm a survivor of the corrosion.
No!
Huh? What? You? The vagrant? You can't be serious. You? That's the big secret? The secret cure for the corrosion?
Hey.
Oh, now Oh, that's ridiculous. I suppose I'll have to get the answer the hard way. Saroff, I changed my mind. Kill them all, except for the mad one. Make sure she watches while you kill her bodyguards. Let her writhe in the guilt.
With pleasure.
Once again, you arrive late.
Don't push yourself, Alfarius. Those guys really did a number on you.
The Cathedral isn't far from here. You must.
Not now, Master. Let's find a place where you can rest first. And everyone, I think we need to talk. It's time you know what's really happening.
Listen now, my children, as we reveal to you a secret of the utmost importance. Perhaps the most important ever bequeathed. The Sanctorium is corrupt.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'll have you know, this information is of the highest importance. The Sanctorium, the embodiment of the gods on Hirion, is corrupt!
Old news.
Yeah, don't take this the wrong way, but everyone knows that already.
The Sanctorium isn't just corrupt. It's completely lost its path. To the point that the gods themselves have turned against it.
The gods, huh? And how do you know that?
10 years ago, they asked me, personally, to set things right within the Sanctorium and save the world.
Okay, now that's new.
What?
You're kidding, right?
No pupil dilation. She is not lying.
What do you mean, the gods asked you?
When I was just a little girl, the gods came to me and asked me to save the world from a blight that would consume everything.
Nice! Oh, this is gold! Who would have guessed? The priestess has gone completely nuts.
This isn't a joke, it's important!
I think what my mistress is saying is that she would have an easier time suspending her disbelief if you could show some proof of your assertions.
I suggest we resume this conversation later. The snowstorm seems to have died down. We still have a long way to go to reach the cathedral.
What cathedral?
The sacred cathedral of Ulakaris. A sacred place that has been lost through the ages. A place of unfathomable power.
Okay, now my interest is piqued. What about the cathedral? And Oberos, how does he fit into all this? And about this lost connection he told you about?
All answers in due time.
But the wait is killing me!
I should have started my story from the beginning. Darian, do you remember the time I saved you? Back in the Elon mines?
Again? What is there to say? You used magic to save us all. It caused quite a fuss in the village back then.
What happened exactly?
We were stuck in a crystal mine with all the other miners when the Gurn swooped in. We were no match. Until Celine came and saved us all. She just stormed in, throwing fireball after fireball. She'd never even used magic before, so it came as a shock to everyone. It was a joke for many years in the village that a young girl saved a dozen burly miners.
How old did you say she was?
12. Her magical powers were the perfect excuse for our mother to send her to a convent. The Sanctorium could never have turned down such a talented sorceress.
Well, I'm sure that finding a tutor to train her in the art of magic is a miracle in itself, especially in a small farming village.
That's the thing. Celine never had a tutor. She learned on her own.
She learned magic on her own. Oh, please. Wait, really?
Yes.
But that's impossible. There's no such thing as a natural magic user. Even prodigies undergo extensive training before they can use magic. And I should know I was one of those prodigies.
It would be a lie to say I had no teacher. The voices taught me how to use magic.
The voices? What voices? What are you talking about?
Mom and I decided to keep it a secret from everyone. Even from you. She didn't want people thinking I was mad. I didn't even have to ask the voices who they were. I knew it was the gods.
When Oberos mentioned your lost connection, was he referring to the fact you weren't hearing the voices anymore? Maybe?
There's more to the story, but...
If yes, then that would mean that Oberos...
is linked to the gods somehow. Yes, that's why I need answers from him.
Let's press on. Great things await us.
Didn't you wonder how I knew you were in danger in the mines back home? The voices warned me. And they also warned me that my life would change in the aftermath. So, when Mom sent me to the convent, I didn't fight her. The voices told me it was supposed to be that way. But they didn't tell me what would happen afterwards. Once I joined the Sanctorium, my magical abilities were noticed quickly. For my tutors, it was inconceivable that a farm girl could learn such complex magic on her own. They kept pressuring me to tell them that someone, a rogue priest, a sorcerer, took me under their wing and taught me. They insinuated many things and hated that I wouldn't confess. As a consequence, I was severely punished.
And your ethereal friends, those voices, where were they during all of this?
That's when the situation became increasingly difficult. As soon as I left the country, they suddenly fell silent.
Uh-huh.
It was a terrible time. I was alone, ridiculed for my upbringing, and singled out because of my gifts. Every day I called to them, prayed to them, implored them, and I was caught doing so. The word spread fast. The tutors quickly chalked me up as some kind of crazy genius. The fact that I was talking to myself was proof I was special.
Is this why Vaughn called you the Mad One?
Yes, from then on, I was a misfit. It had some advantages. The tutors stopped mistreating me. Eventually, they lost interest in me. I was left alone for a long time, until...
Until?
It's a good thing I found Celine at the time, else her incredible potential would have been utterly wasted. Luckily, she happened to meet the only man in the Sanctorium who actually knew that what she was going through was a natural phenomenon, which had already been documented several times in recent millennia.
Documented? And by who?
The Venatis.
The same Venatis who built the cathedral we are seeking right now.
And the same Venatis whose automatons now roam free in the countryside.
I'm starting to see a trend there.
Oh, the Venatis were a fascinating cast of prehistoric Astrians. It was common knowledge at the time that through a rigorous and ascetic life, some people could hear the song of the gods, the sound of their voices. Through the gods' council, they learned to build extraordinary buildings, mastered the now forgotten art of crystal growth. They could shape crystals to their will.
Okay, now I'm thinking you might be crazy too, old man.
I'm still running some tests, but this would explain my molecular structure. If this body is of Venati origin, of course.
No offense, Thea, but I already chalked you up as crazy a long time ago.
If my single good eye wasn't supporting my entire structure right now, I would be rolling it at you.
So this crystal cathedral, was it built using the same technique? Crystal growth?
Yes, it's a place of great power. As I said, Celine lost her ability to hear the voices of the gods during her internment at the convent. Now, following the proper ritual in the Venati Cathedral, she should be able to hear them again and ask them for guidance.
Guidance about the cure, and guidance about Oberos. I hope this new layer of complexity won't deter you from doing your part in the bargain, Fallon.
Don't worry, Priestess. The moment you waggled that key in front of my nose, I knew you were bad news. But I find it hard to resist high-risk, high-reward activities.
You know what else is too high? These mountains, so let's get climbing.
The other day, Cora told me you were planning to overthrow the Sanctorium Elders. Is that true?
Nothing as dramatic as that. My aim is to reform the Sanctorium, not burn it down and rebuild it. Me and Alfarius have already garnered support from several people in the Sanctorium's ranks. Once we have the support of the people, the Elders won't be able to deny me a seat in the Council. Crystals are the homes of the gods. They sustain their existence. To support the war effort, the Sanctorium has been depleting the crystal mines for decades. But that is not all. The war against the Archelites itself has caused a major wound into Harrian's magic. The Consort's continuous invocations to repel the invaders are slowly draining all magic from the planet. This is why I must talk to the gods, restore the connection I lost. It's been years since their last message, and now, Oberos claims to be the last of their servants? There are too many unknowns.
And all along, I'm just the sucker who wants to save his mom and protect his sister.
It doesn't change anything, Darian. I need you at my side more than ever. And we are still doing this to save Mom. It just so happens that the fate of the world also hangs in the balance.
This is crazy.
Yes, this is crazy! It's got all the ingredients. A desperate bid to save the world and take over the Sanctorium too. It's completely megalomaniac, with just a zest of lost cause. Truly wonderful. And here I thought we were just looking for a boring old cure. Oh, now that's great. That's really great.
Do you realize how much this whole plan hangs on you, Isaurus?
I do, and I stand by what I've told you. We will find the silver-haired girl.
And you guys?
I still don't care, by the way. I'm already wanted by most of the authorities in Harrian. Even if this Vaughn or any other fanatic from the Sanctorium tries to stop you from attaining your goal, it simply means more fighting. And I'm down with that.
And I have no choice.
Thea, do you... what you said you do...
The sum up, you mean? Yes. I will be able to summarize in words that even a 5-year-old can understand.
Make it for a 5-year-old who thinks his sister's crazy.
Celine, I will prepare the symbiosis. You and your ragtag bunch of misfits should use this precious time to explore the surroundings.
What now? A little comic strip? Hope it's funny.
In Harrian's darkest hour, a divine envoy, a herald appointed by the few remaining divines, will descend into the world to visit the Chosen. They will wear the same face. They will speak with the same voice. The Chosen will recognize their other half, shaped as their perfect reflection. Upon their epiphany, the Chosen will understand the true nature of their mission.
What's this story about a chosen one? Is this Herald Oberos?
Wear the same face. Perfect reflection.
Ah, it seems like your Vanitas friends here are pretty much corroborating Oberos' claims. The last of the god's servants, was it?
Syl told me Oberos was dead set on finding Cora. Can we conclude that Cora is supposed to be the chosen one? Damn, this is getting bigger by the minute. And I still don't even think we're starting to see the big picture.
The prophecy doesn't end there. It starts diverging into multiple branches. Upon failure, Arian will bleed out its one too many wounds. Both the gods and mankind will wither into oblivion. Upon acceptance, the Chosen One and the Herald will become one and the world will be saved. Upon rejection, the Herald will decay into a demon and set fire to the world before destroying itself.
That seems completely rational.
Look at you guys, shaking in your boots because some guy freewheeled his chisel on a stone mural a few centuries ago. Fallon Hildegard, sky pirate extraordinaire, dilettante, philanthropist, and godslayer. How grand does that sound?
So, what do we have here?
Prophecies. Venati writings often follow diverging lines, paths. Rather than describe a unique truth, they recount all possible outcomes, as if the future was always in movement.
Why call them prophecies then? Those are more like speculations, right?
There is always a component of certainty in their foretelling. No matter how the story diverges, there is always a foundational event at its origin. A foundational event that triggers waves of possibilities. But the rest is cryptic, vague.
This thing, it looks like a...
It's the Raslin Comet, the gigantic meteor that threatened to destroy Junor a millennium and a half ago.
It could be just some kind of fairy tale.
Well, the meteor exists, actually. I went to Juneau once, when I could still afford it. The meteor is still there, all right, in all its glorious stillness. I've seen it with my own two sober eyes. They even put a little mausoleum there, so that pilgrims can waste money.
Every civilization around the world reported sightings of the comet. Then the gods went dormant for several centuries. People didn't use magic again until the Cyrus era. It seems that the Venatis predicted the arrival of the meteor, and that the gods would have prevented the destruction of Harian. It's not the only documented occurrence of godly intervention. Throughout the ages, there have been countless floods, eruptions, and earthquakes that were miraculously prevented. The gods have always protected us.
But not this time, apparently.
What do you know? Maybe I'm the miracle they sent.
Joking about this already? Let's see what else there is.
This fairy tale has a somewhat bad ending.
No need to translate this one.
It's Oberos's tower, with fire raining upon the land.
Just like he promised you back in the scrapyard, huh?
Can you translate this, Celine?
The Venatis have built this tower in order to prevent the worst from happening. Upon betrayal, the Herald will seize the God Machine and command it to cleanse Harian and save it from impending doom.
Definitely not good.
Only a select few will survive this ordeal. A millennium of dreams will pass for them. On their awakening, they will be free, and life on Harian will flourish. Again.
So, the Vanitas have prepared a tower so that Oberos could destroy everyone in Harian, save for a select few.
Oberos conducted human sacrifices to power his machine. It's just the same everywhere.
What do you mean?
That we have to stop this.
We agree on that.
A question here. As I understand it, the Vanitas built this tower to prevent the worst from happening. What if by mistake we allow the world to end because we prevent Oberos from carrying out his plans?
What could be worse than the extinction of all life on Harian?
Of all life, except the lucky few, chosen by Oberos? I don't know. Impending doom sounds quite ominous. Maybe it's the corrosion.
Destroying everyone on Harian to preserve a few people is not the way.
I agree. We are not going to let everyone die because some madman has decided to purify the world.
And if this all-consuming blight is the corrosion, we still have to find its cure.
No objection there.
And this...
It's, what is this?
I don't know. My heart is racing for some reason.
Where did... Have I seen this before?
I don't know why, but this is somehow painful to look at.
You feel it too, Yosaurus?
Sadness, madness, chaos. As if the worst is yet to come.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Can you read it, Celine? Tell us what it's about.
I can't read it. It's like the characters wriggle out of my sight every time I try to grasp them.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is really pretty.
I concur. If anything, this engraving has a comforting, homely feel.
Take a snapshot, Thea. We'll probably fetch a good price for this.
Felon!
Oh, can't even joke around here.
Maybe it's some kind of ancient magic they weaved into the carving.
We should... I think we should go and see if Alfarius has finished his preparations.
I agree.
The symbiosis is ready. You probably have a lot of questions, but you will have to address them to the gods themselves.
Okay.
Don't forget Celine. From now on, you're on your own.
I'll be okay.
What's going to happen?
Symbiosis. This lotus flower.
This new...
The Nelumbo nucifera that Alfarius has grown here is naturally attuned to the cathedral's strong magical current. When I commune with it, I will enter a trance state in which our life forces will intertwine.
Now, it's been a long time since I practiced magic, but I remember that delving to the deepest magical layers is somewhat dangerous.
It is dangerous.
and incredibly painful.
Painful?
There's a limit to the amount of magic a body can withstand. I've trained myself to endure it. So, I'll get to it and start my meditation.
We will leave now, Celine.
Wait, shouldn't we just stay around in case she needs something?
No, she doesn't. Even the tiniest disturbance could have disastrous consequences. She needs total privacy.
Ariana, all we can do is trust her.
Easy for you to say. She's not your sister.
Yeah, of course it's easy for me to say. It's not like I'm a human being or anything who might get emotionally attached to the nicest people he's ever met in his whole sordid life or anything.
It's... You know what I mean.
Come on, Worrywart, she'll be fine. Don't make me lie now, Celine.
Oh, I know how uncomfortable you are with that. Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Another one of those golems.
Oberos is trying to disrupt the ritual!
A strange twist of fate that we should be enemies, cherished child. For we wish for nothing but the same outcome. The survival of the gods.
I know what you are!
But by abandoning yourself to this vile ritual devised by your heathen master, you have become an accomplice in the same crime that you detest.
Lies!
Just look at yourself. Don't you wonder where this incredible power is coming from? Magic is the soul of the gods themselves. Without any regard for the divine, you filled yourself to the brim.
Lies! I didn't take it! They gave me this power.
You pillaged their life force. And for what? To raise arms against me? Their last servant? You are the perfect avatar for the Sanctorium. In your rebellion, you have become their most potent pawn.
Lies upon lies!
You'll soon discover how right I am. But don't worry, you still have a chance to redeem yourself for your crimes and vanity. Stand by my side, and bring me the dead body of your dear brother.
No! I will never betray my family, nor will I betray the gods!
If you seek the reason that the gods changed their mind and have sent me to accomplish their mission instead, look no further. Your blind refusal to sacrifice anything or commit to anything, while you constantly compromise your integrity.
What do you know about my sacrifices? How would you know what I have endured? You know nothing, and you will return to nothing! I swear it! Oberos!
You flatter yourself again, thinking you're a threat to me, child. I can read you like an open book, and your weakness is now in my hands. You have no power over the fate of Harrion.
I'll destroy him! I will destroy him! And the Sanctorium while I'm at it!
Are you
Don't touch me!
Yes, don't touch her. She's still in a state of shock. Leave her a few moments and she'll...
Celine? Celine! So, did you hear your voices? Hear the gods?
Yes, I think so. A faint whisper, coming from far away.
And what did they tell you?
They told me I was on the right path.
Did they tell you anything else? About Oberos, about the cure, about anything?
No.
So much for getting answers.
Well, this little hike didn't bring us anything we wanted, but seeing the kind of power he can harness now, I wouldn't say it was completely useless, was it?
I must not waste it. It was bequeathed to me so that I can face Oberos on equal terms.
And I was hoping you'd have enough to make the rest of our quest a breeze. My life is full of disappointments.
He said that your weakness is now in his hands.
God's Herald or not, if he did what I think he did, he's dead.
Yes.
There are people in this tower! Civilians! Children who need our help! The help of the consort! Each and every one of us have vowed to protect the innocent. Whatever foulness is taking place here, it ends now!